Hello, everyone. So this is The Crack. This is the podcast that I usually ask you, what's the crack? But if you're I don't say regular listener, if you've listened in the past, well, you can probably see on the podcast app that you have there, I haven't recorded anything since December. So this is just me sort of explaining where I've been. I've not been far. I've been mostly in this room that I'm sitting in just now. This is the living room at my flat in Inverness. So I'll start off by saying thank you very much for the feedback I got on the last episode. That was a bit different. That was an audio drama type thing that I did. I think it was 16th of December. It was uploaded, Christmas special type of thing, and I got some lovely messages for that. And then since then, I went radio silent, and for that I'm sorry. So what have I been doing? Well, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm still here, still alive and kicking, but yeah, I've not made any podcasts for a while. So this will be a quick episode, by the way. I mean, I don't plan it being long. This is just going to be a very brief. Explain yourself, and I'm going to do that. So, what have I been up to the start of the year, right? So, a little bit of context here, guys. Explain myself. I work for the ambulance service. There's a point to this. I work for the ambulance service. My job currently is I'm the guy you might talk to when you phone 999. So that means I just sit for 12 hours, 12-hour shifts, 7:30 to 7:30, and my headphones beep, and that means there's somebody phoning 999 for an ambulance, or somebody feeling they need an ambulance. And as you can imagine, that is a unique job. It's an amazing job. It's a strange, unique, high pressure, high stress job. Luckily, I was already shaving my head before I started the job, or else my hair might have fallen out. But it is a very, very intense job at times. And as soon as I started the job, I knew I couldn't do it forever. You know what I mean? It's like I say, it's amazing you get trained, but yeah, I started doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be here for 20 years. This is not me. Without breaking my arm, patting myself in the back, I believe I was, or I am, good at it. Not terrible. Very polite to the callers, very respectful. And of course, you can never question their integrity. If somebody phones in and says they've just had their head chopped off, you have to proceed with that call as if they have had their head chopped off. You can't question them, you sure? So that was fine. And I'd had eyes to move to the other side of the room. That's where the dispatch is. So, ambulance control, you get the phone calls in from the public, and then you get the dispatch who take the calls that the call handler process, and then they send the appropriate resource to it. Whether that's a proper blue light ambulance or one of those wee small cars you see, or the appropriate response. In cities, some might have motorbikes. And I applied for that job. So, get to the point. Yeah, okay, so. I had applied for it and interviewed a long time ago, I think just a few months after it started, and I didn't get it. And that was fine. I didn't really expect to. The only feedback I got for the interview was that I lacked confidence. I thought it was lovely, etc., all the sort of usual stuff, very kind of them. But I wasn't confident enough, which is fine, understandable. Back to work, do some calls to fucking hundreds of calls, loads of them, and that was all good. The opportunity came up again, and I applied, and I got through, and I got another interview, and we wouldn't find out that day because there was circumstances that prevented them from seeing all the candidates, and to be fair, they had to see everybody, so I was night shift the next night. So I was sleeping in the afternoon. I got a phone call that woke me up, and it was just them. And they sounded genuinely sorry, saying I hadn't got the job again. And I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel annoyed. I as I had been for years, I just, what I thought was laid back, I was sort of numb to it. Okay, cool, whatever. And I went back to sleep. I had night shift that night. I had to be as fresh as I could for this phone call. And then when I woke up that night, I, had some food, showered, and I got in my uniform. And I sat on the end of my bed, and I just thought about, oh man, that sucks. I really wanted that job. Oh well. And then I started to question, why am I not feeling anything at all? Why am I not sad or angry or frustrated or distraught? But why is there nothing coming out of this? And then I don't know. I just started to think about going to work and the stress of all the calls, and just how there's never seems to be enough staff on, no matter how much. There's always a demand. There's always calls waiting. There's always potentially something horrible at the end of the line. And again, very dramatic. I'm not trying to bring the mood down here. I'm just trying to explain what's happening. I thought I started to have a heart attack. My chest started to hurt, and my breathing went a bit funny, and I started to shake, and I couldn't focus. Just suddenly the whole room felt like the walls were closing in. It was genuinely like the room was getting smaller. So I was sitting in the end of the bed, just, oh my god, oh fuck. And like I said, I thought I was dying, and as horribly dramatic and romantic as it sounds, Charlotte was in the living room, and I didn't want to shout her through because I thought I might collapse and die. I didn't want her to come and see me dying. And then I seemed to calm down. I seemed to stop, and these emotions all hit me at once, and I was like, man, I think I'm depressed. I don't know what happened. So I phoned my supervisor. He was just about to leave for work anyway, but I phoned him and I just explained, my phone's going weird. So I've had to plug in all this stuff again after almost a year of not using it, so I don't know if this is even coming through properly. I hope it is. You're getting one take, guys. This is live. I phoned him and I told him what happened, and he just, fair play to him. Like I said, they are understaffed. He's just like, look, man, put yourself first. You don't come in tonight. Look after yourself. Phone the occupational health, because we get support through work. I've had to phone them for hearing some tough calls as well. I did that, and they said, right, so we can phone you back in a few weeks. And for some reason that set me with, oh my god, I can't go back to work. I cannot take calls. Because when I had that weird, when I did that weird thing in bed, no, when that weird thing happened, I was sitting in the bed, I was completely out of control. I wasn't allowing that to happen. That was just my body doing that, if that makes sense. That was just happening. So I spoke to some other folk, and they said, look, just phone your doctor and get signed off, which I've never done before. I've not, I hadn't been to the doctor since fucking high school. So it's like, right, how do I do that? Googled it. So, you've moved out of town. That fucking health centre's apparently closed now. So I had to find it. You need to know this. I had to find another GP in Inverness and get registered and stuff. And COVID's still sort of, is it there or not? Where are we right now? Sort of no man's land. So I didn't go in to see him, but I phoned the doctor. He phoned me back. Basically I've been prescribed medication. I get sertraline. Take that in the morning. Oh, Jesus, I forgot to take it this morning. So I'm medicated now. Apparently I've got anxiety, depression, stress. But I think, without blaming the job I was doing, I think I have been depressed for a very long time, and I just sort of thought that was the norm, or the anxiety had always been there. But I thought everybody felt that. I thought everyone got nervous before they left the flat. Everyone sort of always thought the worst was going to happen. I thought it was just a natural way of going about life, of just constantly being concerned that shit's going to happen. Because unfortunately, when I thought shit was going to happen, it tended to. It sounds bad. So yeah, I'm on that, and seems to be helping. It's all good. But I was signed off work for a very long time, about 3 months, and that was when, I don't know if I allowed it, but when I was signed off, that's when it sort of became proper depression. That's when I made myself go to bed every night before midnight, and I made myself get up every day before 8. So I didn't fall into any bad habits of staying up to 4 in the morning and staying in bed till the afternoon. But that's when I would just in the morning lie in bed and just lie there and just not want to get up, not want to do anything. But I stopped doing everything I enjoyed. So certainly the podcasts had to stop, and I'm sorry for that because I did get some lovely messages from folk that seem to genuinely enjoy them, and I am sorry that I had to stop that. Stopped reading altogether. I've read one book this year. Without sounding like a fucking teacher's pet, I was reading a few books a month. I stopped reading. Fucking turned into an old man. I found complete fucking joy in feeding the birds. Got a bird feeder outside the bedroom window and outside the kitchen, so I feed that and just sort of watch them. Jesus Christ, that sounds sad as fuck. Feeding the birds. Luckily, had the wee Chihuahua. I would take her for a walk. Oh, it's gone weird again. The fucking speaker's not working. Take the wee Chihuahua for a walk every night at the battlefield. Just me and her. And the battlefield was empty, so it was just peaceful, quiet, and it was lovely. I'd let her off the lead. I don't think you're meant to. I don't think you're on the battlefield. I'd let her off the lead, let her run around, and she'd always come back. And then one time she fucking didn't. So we're walking down towards the end of the battlefield, and at the far end there's horses. Where the fuck do I live? Camelot? No, it's a Culloden battlefield. There's people keep horses nearby. And I was walking along, just not even listening to a podcast, not listening to music, just genuinely just feeling the air, just feeling the wind on my face, just listening to the birds, all that kind of shit. Walking along, enjoying myself, and I look down, and I'm like, okay, where's the dog? Where's the dog? Oh, fuck. And it was starting to get dark. So I'm looking around like, Chica, where are you? And then I look down the far end of the fucking field, which is like electric fence and everything, and she's just running around. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So I start shouting at her, and she's having the time of her life, fucking jumping around. And like, do farmers shoot chihuahuas if they're... She didn't give a fuck there was horses there, but I was also aware that this horse, all he had to do was sneeze on her, and she'd probably die. If he put his fucking hoof down, no more chihuahua. So I was very close to... I don't even know how I would have done it, trying to climb an electric fence. No, my luck, I'd have slipped on it and fucking balls first. Is that one of the Home Alone films? I think it's Home Alone 3. I've only really seen the first two. They're shit. So she was fine. The Culloden walks were nice. I still go on them sometimes. So if you ever want to, I was going to say, see me in the flesh or attack me, I'm usually at Culloden battlefield at night time. Probably shouldn't tell where I'm going to be at what time, but sometimes she stops and starts barking at nothing, and it's like, don't fucking do that. If there is a ghost there, I don't want to know there's a ghost there, but yeah, so far so good. But I am, if you care guys, I'm in a much better place now. Medicated, exercising, trying to gain shape. Arguably I'm in shape, just the absolute fucking wrong shape. I'm back at the gym 5 days a week, if I can. Recently fucking pulled my groin, which was weird because I've been at the gym constantly, and then I go for a walk with my friends, and it was the casual walk that seemed to do me damage. It's that Grantown viewpoint, I tell you. Again, to Chihuahua, she was a good girl. And I'm happy to say I applied for dispatch again, and I got the job, guys. So I have been back at work. I haven't been signed off all year. I've just not been podcasting. For some reason, I got scared to go back to it. I never did. So, back at work, no longer going to be a call handler. Starting this week, I start my mentorship as a dispatcher for the North. So, if you are unfortunate enough to have to call for an ambulance, it may not be me you talk to, but it may be me that sends the ambulance to you. And, again, if I can pat myself, I'm very proud of my time as a call handler. I've heard some shit. And got some stories. Don't think I'm allowed to tell any of them, though. Not with the nature of it. I wouldn't be, 18-year-old John Smith at 123 Main Street. Oh my, I can't give you details, but I don't think we're allowed to tell what we've heard. But I have delivered babies and arguably giving instructions that have saved lives. I got wee badges. Got a wee stork badge for delivering a baby girl. But you only get one for the first one. So as soon as I had the second one over the phone, I was like, I don't care, give me the fucking badge for the first one. And I've got, I think it was a ROSC badge, which I forgot what ROSC actually fucking stands for. Oops. Basically, you give CPR, and they got the guy, the person that lived, but they weren't alive at the start. But, and they gave us coins for working through COVID and for the Queen, for the Queen's Jubilee. We got these fancy little coins, but I gave the coins to my mum because I'm not going to display them, and she seems very proud of them. But yeah, I don't know if we'll get anything now that we've got a king. But yeah, so I got my badges. I don't wear them or anything like that, but it's just nice to have them. And what an experience it was hearing those calls. Because I left school with like, I fucked around. You know, I wanted to make folk laugh. I wanted to entertain folk, and I left school with nothing at all. And found myself in a job. I was a first responder. You know, like people with, like, just some of the things I fucking heard. Good Lord. Some of the funny things I've heard. Some of the horrific things. I don't know if they'll ever go away, but yeah, some stuff certainly echoes. But very unique job. I'm proud to have done it. I hope Dispatch works for me. So that's me back, hopefully. I am meeting a friend, former colleague, for coffee in the near future, and we are going to discuss doing a podcast together. So it may not just be the crack. There may be another thing coming. We'll see how that goes. Is that everything? I think that is everything I've got to talk about. Any funny stories? No, I think that's it. I could tell you about when I was away for training for the Dispatch. Got put up in a travel lodge. There was a mysterious white stain on the fucking bed frame. Gross! And I got to drive the ambulance car, which had blue lights. But of course I didn't drive with the blue lights on, but still. Cool. So that's me back, guys. Hopefully that's me back for good. If you're still listening, thank you. I'm sorry I was gone so long. It's been a heck of a year. Hope you're well. And it wouldn't be fair not to say thank you to Charlotte. She's put up with a lot from me this year. Whether I've been demanding or just absent as fuck. I'm still here. And I'm going to get the ball rolling again with these podcasts. And thank you very much, guys. Alright? I forgot what do they usually sign off with? Look after yourself. Don't take any shit. And just be good. Alright, bye for now.